So I was at a dinner last night with some friends, and some people were saying, can you believe that people are making fun of Nancy Pelosi's husband being attacked? And I had to then explain to that person that, you know, the history of Paul Pelosi and that the fact that they're insider traders and they became 100 millionaires while she's been in the Speaker of the House, all this stuff, and how they're corrupt oligarchs, and that he was also, you know, got caught drunk driving very recently, and they tried to cover it up, very murky details. Nobody could find out what was happening with him, and he, of course, you know, a slap on the wrist. And then we find that there's reports that there might have been another guy in the car with him. So I had to, and then I said, then there's a lot of these conflicting reports about, like how. So I had to say that, and then after I explained that to my friend, he's like, "Oh, I didn't know any of that shit." I go,
well, that explains it.
Yeah, they don't know anything.
But you know, it doesn't explain it, because if you didn't know anything, why would you? Oh, I hope.
Well, but it's just amazing how people just accept what's being said in the establishment media as real, like because it's being said everywhere ubiquitously. They just accept it as real, like Russiagate, like Syria, like Tulsi is a traitor, shit like that. Just because it's ubiquitous in the media, people believe it. Or Jimmy Dore's a right winger. Like there are people who think that.
But my friend's not dumb. Like I always thought. But he was like, "Is it true that Aramate thinks the white helmets are not a?"
Is it true he thinks? No, he's proven it.
That's why. But
how about he's an investigative journalist and he's proven it?
My friend's, by the way, much richer than me. That's why he would even think to bring up white helmet issues.
You're not allowed. Hey, I know. I know. So anyway, back to this. So remember when Rand Paul, so the point of this is that people are pretending that they all of a sudden have integrity and character and care about political violence. Because when it happened to Rand Paul, nobody gave a shit. But remember this?
New details today on the incident that left Senator Rand Paul with 6 broken ribs. This might be one of my favorite stories.
This might be one of my favorite stories.
So listen, I'll play it again.
New details today on the incident that left Senator Rand Paul with 6 broken ribs. This might be one of my favorite stories.
That's Casey Hunt's one of her favorite stories, when the senator got attacked and his ribs broken.
That's very Brooklyn Dad defiant.
Hey, look at this, Kurt. Keith Olbermann.
Today we were all a crazy naked guy.
Today we were all, that's right, we were all crazy naked nudists with a hammer going after Nancy Pelosi's husband. That's what Keith Olbermann is. That's what Rachel Vidman is. That's what George Takei is.
Even the great George Takei.
Even the great George Takei. He also is just as crazy as that nudist drug addict lefty who attacked Paul Pelosi with a hammer. They're all for it.
I like Rachel Vidman's thing because it reminds me. She could put dear, comma, so there's someone else there in the house, much like the story with Paul Pelosi.
Dear.
Rand Paul's neighbor. Who else was there?
And so it's not just people like that. It's also people like, I don't know, how about Nancy Pelosi's daughter?
Wow.
Nancy Pelosi's daughter says Rand Paul's neighbor was right.
Wow, look at that.
Is this a legitimate tweet, Jimmy? Did someone doctor that? So I went to check. I wanted to see if that was. I went to her timeline to see if that was true. I can't find out. I can't find out because she doesn't want me to see if it's true or not.
You better pray for Paul Pelosi. we're making a Kyle Dunnigan Elon Twitter with Nancy and Joe thing coming out. So I can think in lines of her.
So I just want to show people that it starts at the top.
She's not the one that makes the documentaries, right?
I'm not sure which one of her daughters makes documentaries. Does she have more than one daughter?
You should like 17 grandkids.
17 kids or something. I don't know. So I don't know. That's kind of funny. So even if that's not true, it's still funny. But I can't. It's funny that I can't find out because she blocked me.
You're probably on a list. They used to a long time ago. They made these lists that
I'm on every list. Believe me.
People can just opt into it and block. And you're like, so you're going to check. Like, what did I do? And it's because they bought like a list blocker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, Brooklyn Dad Defiant, the guy who got invited to the White House last week, and everybody knows he's being paid by Democratic guy. He's just paid PR, and then he gets invited to the White House for it. He's just a paid PR person.
Yeah.
He tweeted this out. I think Dr. Anthony Fauci could probably pick up where Rand Paul's neighbor left off, and nobody would mind at all. And then, he says the other day, the violent, heinous attack on Paul Pelosi, the speaker's husband, needs to be denounced in the strongest possible terms on both sides.
Oh, my God. What if the mysterious third person was Dr. Fauci?
Oh, isn't it funny that the name Paul is in both these?
Yeah.
Rand Paul and Paul Pelosi, is it? It's almost like God set it up.
Yeah, he likes a nice balancing out of an equation on each side. Brooklyn Dad Defiant.
Of course. This guy is just so what? If you're reading this, you might as well be reading from Chuck Schumer's press release, because that's what this guy is. He's paid to do this for the Democrats.
Well, where the hell is his Ukraine flag, and what's that peace symbol? That sounds like anti-Ukrainism.
Here's another one. Anyone else think it's a miracle that Rand Paul only had one ass whooping? The GOP is cracking jokes about the assassination attempt and attempted murder on Nancy Pelosi and her husband. Sick bastards.
You know what my psychic impression I'm getting from this this chick? She literally in her head, I'm just gonna make a guess with my psychic power, believes that it's sick only if you do it to Pelosi.
Yes.
And if you asked her, how, you go, hey, look at this double standard. She goes, no, well, he's Rand Paul.
And he's a jerk.
Pelosi. Yeah.
And he's a jerk. And Nancy Pelosi's fighting for us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Oh, here's John Pavlov. Oh, he also has me blocked. I don't think it doesn't matter. He says, I get Rand Paul's neighbor. And then now he says the attack on Paul Pelosi is a direct result of Fox News and GOP's purposely irresponsible rhetoric. It will continue to get worse, and if it gets control of Congress, our nation will be unrecognizable. We need to vote these. How lucky for the Democrats that the people they're opposing politically are the worst people in the world who will ruin our country. Isn't that convenient?
Yeah, that's a real. I mean, that's him trying to make hammers into hammer-aid right there.
That's
for the midterms.
So that's. It's just amazing. Here's another one. Republicans don't just condone violence against their enemies. They encourage it. Oh, wait. Here she is encouraging it. I hope he comes. I'm going to punch him out. I'm going to go to jail, and I'm going to be happy. Nancy Pelosi is my hero, she says.
Well, you know what, Joe? Maybe one day you'll meet a great guy who drives drunk and has underwear men with hammers and lubes the hammers. Okay.
Anyway, so that's just fun. I just wanted to show that some of the big shit libs still can't confirm that Pelosi tweet if it's accurate or not, because I blocked. If she unblocks me, I can confirm it. But right now we're gonna have to go with the speculation. It is true until I hear otherwise. Of course, this is awesome. That's fantastic.
Today, we are all Rand Paul's neighbor.
So if you know anything about Jungian psychology, what this is it shows you that Trump lives in this guy's shadow, in his unconscious. He is Trump. That's why he's triggered by Trump. I'm not triggered by Trump. I'm triggered by the system that gave us Trump.
Well, he's also openly Trump.
He's openly Trump.
Just not as funny as Trump.
Yeah, he's just not as funny. You're right. Keith Olbermann, the unfunny Trump.
Yeah.
See, in Denver, Palm Springs, Austin, Texas, and Burbank, California after Thanksgiving. Plus, we're going to be doing a lot of shows in December in Studio City. Go to jimmydorcomedy.com for a link for all the tickets.